to rum, right? The rum was what they was trading with the islanders. The clause is the L clause, which is a 7 clause on the flip. So the cause of the contract on the cross, the T square, is the condition created by the rum called drunkenness. They call this the intoxication of saints, or the madness of magicians, right?
Hence the 12 days of the drinking and
that's what I was gonna say.
Wine. It's just the brothers going. Yeah, he just Go ahead.
So the black and gold colors, those vice lord colors. So if you have a vice that you haven't mastered, you can't raise your sacred secretion. Once you can master your vices and you can overcome your 7 deadly sins, right? Then that's when you can raise your sacred secretion, black and gold, into Big Mama house, the upper queen's chamber, the queen mother seat. And the queen mother is the mother to the king. It's all about the awakening, but it's put in descriptive fairy tale terms. So we come to take them from the law, which is a fraud, into grace. Grace is gratitude on a universal level, but it's also a noble character, right? So the noble character comes from mastering your noble self, becoming what you aspire to be at your highest peak, Phoenix rising.
Okay, so are you saying that we don't necessarily have to go to the books for this information? We can go within?
Everything in them books is already in you.
True that.
The books is the training wheels to bend your mind so it can't go back to where it was before you read the book. So now you got to fill it up with something to connect it to the truth that you already know. They call that the purification of the ego, and it requires certain disciplines.
Facts. I want to encourage the family to please share the live. We appreciate you all for being here. We just hit the hour mark. Just so you know, brother, that we still got a lot to go. You know, I got nothing but time. But at any time, you know, if you do, I'm not sure how much of your time is available. But you know, but we will be going probably for about 2, maybe 2.5 hours. The show usually goes about 2-3 hours. So at any given time, if you need a break,
do you have a cash app?
Rod? Yeah.
You got a cash app, Rod?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. I'm gonna type in it.
Yeah.
Can we buy some time?
Yeah.
What?
I don't sell nothing and I don't charge for nothing.
Okay.
Appreciate that. But you know, I encourage everybody to please like it. That doesn't cost you anything. Share. Invite your friends. You know, because we're definitely going in. The brother is definitely going in with his knowledge. So if you are feeling in the give, it is Christmas. You were gonna buy something for, you know, for whatever kid or for whatever. So in the case that, you know, you are feeling generous, you know, the brother, you know, like he says, he does everything for free, but donations are always appreciated. We love y'all. We thank y'all for your time, everything that you gotta do.
Alright, y'all, I had caught the end of one of Elder Rod Hayes' live. As always, he got information we need. The true, what they call the Bible? Book I some. whatever they call it, the Book of Life or whatever. I don't know the little moniker, the BIBLE, what it stands for. But anyway, um, this is divine knowledge and wisdom that He's given us. And there's some y'all need to hear. You know what I'm saying? Because to deprogram yourself and then ingest the real truth about everything. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Man, hold on, y'all.
It's more than breakfast. It's an adventure. Collect all 3 glow-in-the-dark tattoos for your whole clan in specially marked Kellogg's cereal boxes. And see Avatar: The Way of Water, now playing only in theaters. Rated PG-13. This holiday, make no mistake, everything here is Philadelphia cheesecake.
Turn down this shit. I had dropped some videos in my community. What I was telling y'all about the galactic classes with the young elder, and he breaks down like all the shit y'all be wanting to know. When I be telling y'all about cosmic ancestors, you know, he's one of them that break it down species by species. And when he do that, a lot of times you can start relating to who what kind of traits you have and kind of connect them along with your earth bloodline. So anyway, hold on, let me get this other video.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you, saving you hundreds, even thousands with Inflation Buster. That's more road trips, more spa days, more what you love. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of your home purchase, you get exclusive savings when you refinance with Rate Drop Advantage. That's more cash in your pocket. Save when you buy today and finance tomorrow. Don't miss these big savings. Visit inflationbuster.com. Get $400 when you pair your Peloton bike, Bike Plus, or tread with accessories, like cycling shoes, dumbbells, and more. It's Peloton's gift to you. Visit onepeloton.com. Terms apply.
My brother got me this ring when he was stationed overseas. He didn't make it home, but his best friend made sure that I got it, and it became the love of my life.
Express your extraordinary love. Share it. Love brilliantly. After 15 years of the Share the Love event, Subaru and our retailers have donated over $250 million to charity. In fact, Subaru is the largest corporate donor to the ASPCA and the National Park Foundation, and the largest automotive donor to Meals on Wheels and Make-A-Wish. Get a new Subaru during the Share the Love event, and Subaru and our retailers will give you
I still on the egg, so I got time.
We're gonna be best friends. Crazy. It's insane, right? It's nice to have a friend. I designed Megan to protect Katie from feeling lonely. Eat the topics, Katie. Experts Megan, turn off. I thought we were having a conversation. I won't let anything harm you. You should run. Did you make him do something bad? It's nice to have. Megan, rated PG-13. You ready for this? Let's find out. Who's a killer who killed for you? Oh, Chris, hot shot. I got your attention now. How's that for a magic trick?
Alright, and this one, this is the students of Dr. York. Galactic Family of Life class. So I'm gonna give y'all this one about the bird species, the alien bird species, and how the reptilians came into being created. Hold on.
Hey, Turkey Club.
I feel like everybody's talking about Bitcoin these days. Do you have any?
The bird beings are a race of humanoid birds. They have a coat of feathers, a beak, scaly legs, talons, which is claws. The bird beings are very intelligent and are about 100 million years ahead of the Earthman. The bird beings have mastered the art of ascension. They can vibrate from the third to eighth dimensions. The bird beings go back 200 billion years in the universe. They were created by an ancient from the power of the sun crystals. It is said that the bird beings are ancient spirits who lost their shell in the first war in Pegasus. These spirits transcend into birds-looking shells. The birds have been around alongside the ancient Rizians, helping them fight the insects and reptilian aliens. There's many different types of bird beings, just like there's many different species of birds on your planet. Over the billions of years of evolution and race mixing, there is thousands of types of bird beings. Though the avians exist as one species, and the avians is another name for the bird beings, many different breeds exist throughout their lineage. Each breed exhibits unique traits, often similar to other bird species found throughout Earth, such as the hawk, owl, eagle, the phoenix, and many other birds.
Yeah, I lost my phone with that, but let me go back to it. This will give y'all a little idea of what I be talking about. Hold on.
Body structure, many different breeds and variants exist, possibly due to the century of adapting to different stars and environments on other planets. The ascended birds race are called the avians, or the blue avians, right? Which for the most part are agreeable. The leaders are referred to as the blue avian, or the Ra-Ta-ers. Their leader name is Mepos on the left, and the second in charge, his brother Kepos on the right. They come from the planet Avia, Abana, Keisha, and Bruntata in the Lyra galaxy, which is 25 light years away. They have bases in other galaxies as well. On the planet Bruntata, the entire surface of the planet is covered with a dry, crumbled substance that is not stone, rock, that the readers is herefore acquainted with. So this substance that covers their planet on Brumpata, the whole surface is covered with this, like, say if you take a whole bunch of shoes and cut them up in little pieces, like a soft type thing, the whole planet surface is covered with this particular type of substance. The planet Abina has a scattered core and floating islands surrounding it. The blue avians are part of the Spear Alliance that is overseeing your solar system to prevent a war in your galaxy. Tahuti is ambassador for the bird beings in this galaxy. The avian humanoid giant birds, when standing, is much larger than the average human. They get about 10 feet tall, with their wings reaching as much as 15 feet. Some of the ascended bird beings don't have wings. Their wings are in the mind. The bird beings, for the most part, are divine and very spiritual beings. There are some bird beings who chose to lower their vibration by listening to the disagreeable reptilians. An avian bird being, also known as a feather or anthropomorpheus, they use their whole brain, and they are very telepathic. They also use an advanced form of sign language. The bird beings also were part of the group referred to as the Anunnaki. Many different types of Anunnaki who traveled from a distant planet, the distant 12th planet called Nibiru, the Grand Mothership. When the ancient Rizians started coming to Earth, one of the races that came with them were the bird beings. The bird beings are great teachers. The bird beings are called the ancients as well because they are one of the oldest races. The bird beings help the ancients govern the universe. The reptilian race came from the bird beings. They were drafted out of them by a scientist named Mother Huber, a ancient. The ancient Rizians made a covenant with the bird beings and mixed their seed and became one. The bird beings were part of the Elohim and they played a part in the creation of man. The bird's DNA is encoded in human DNA because there were 22 or 23 different species that were used in this DNA strand because there's 46 chromosomes. And if you break that in half, you get 23, and this was 23 different races that would use the original genetics of man, right? The reptilians came out of the bird beings, and the humans have a lot of reptilian DNA in them. The avian beings are here vibrating in the 6 and through 8 dimensions to assist with the Ascension Project. Their mothership vibrate on 3 to 8 dimensions to pure light. Their ships are parked throughout the galaxy to stabilize the new energy coming in. This is because the Andromeda's galaxy is joining on with the Milky Way. The ascended ones do not use spacecrafts as you understand them, but utilize advanced devices such as the Spear, which have been dispatched to protect your planet and solar system. Also to trap disagreeable beings in or out, because they had a deadline to leave this planet alone and let it go on its natural course. The bird beings do not adopt humans. The blue avians primarily communicate using telepathic format of messaging, right? And often initiate contact with humans via a dream. Blue avians also use a form of sign language, like we told you, and have created a secret greeting that they teach contactees to verify a truthful blue avian connection. These beings possess telekinesis power due to their existence outside of the physical realm or reality. They also use light, physical touch as a form of communication to induce a positive physical and emotional response. The ancients mix with these birds, like we told you, right? The ancients and birds are one in the same and enter into a covenant. The ancients gain wings, some had 4 and some gained 6. Some of them made advanced wings that detach. These ancient humanoid bird beings later mixed with the Goa'uld Hindus or Goa'uld Afar avatars. This gave you beings with bird DNA, ancient and Goa'uld DNA. Notice the blue on the headdress as in blue avian. Like we say, many races mix with each other. Billions of years ago, before the Goa'ulds came out of the water, the reptilian Meldekians from the planet Meldek mixed back with the bird beings, creating the first dragons. They were now flying serpents, reptilians with wings, and they became more powerful. As well, the blue avians are currently acting as a buffer between our ascension and negative ETs and human entrance. They chose to practice physical non-interference with our species. Their level of intelligence has transcended the physical illumination duality, reality, and they act as a single intelligent entity. They have returned to the right their passage as a direct attempt to aid humanity, which is the previous time of contact with distortion by our species' interpretation of their arrival. The blue avians have once again returned to our planet system to help with this ascension, urging us to free ourselves from the clutches of negative humans and ETs. Only a few people will make it. The Earth is referred to as a school.
This is the young elder I was telling y'all about. As far as the cosmic ancestors, he breaking down each tribe of cosmic ancestors, and I mean he break down every last one of them in different sections. of the videos, but y'all gotta go check him out, man. He awesome.
The school of the bird. The birds are master teachers of ascension. The humans even created a copy of these beings on the children's show Sesame Street called Big Bird. The elite know about these beings and their mission. Big Bird is a blue avian and they know. And we don't know if you know the story or not, but we about to give it to you. A long time.
What will you do with your newfound freedom? That's shopping made fast and easy, only in the Amazon app.
Time ago, we lived in a galaxy called Detra, where we had a family split, and one family chose to stay in that particular galaxy, and part of them left to go in one direction, and we chose to go in the opposite direction, which took us to a galaxy called Ide. We lived there for billions of years, and then we left that galaxy. And keep in mind, the Ide galaxy is the home now to the Ashgards, who had many different cars, who are still our family as well. After we left the Ide galaxy, we migrated to the galaxy known as Pegasus, where we then in turn created the insect race. And the insect race began to multiply rapidly, so rapidly that they were taking over that galaxy. So in turn, to control them, we created the bird race. And the bird race was to equal out, because universal law is balance. These insects rose up and wanted to take over and started a war against us. And due to this war, we created the bird beings to counteract these insects. And like we say, as it is above, so is it below. If you look at your planet, you can get a clear understanding on the history of the universe. Because if you notice, the bird beings get up early, as the early bird gets the worm, right? And they hunt insects. Correct? We created these bird beings to counteract the war, or to help us fight the war against the insects. And the insects were great in number. So we decided to let them have the Pegasus galaxy, and we came and migrated to this galaxy. In that, the insects followed us to this galaxy. And there was an ongoing war between us, right, and the insects. So a scientist by the name of Mother Huber, who was the chief scientist to Asha, who is Anu's father, she drafted out of the bird beings to create another type of a race called the reptilians. And if you study the reptilians on your planet, such as the frogs, right? The frog has a long tongue that he sticks out and he eats insects. And if you study lizards, they eat insects, as well as turtles, right? Which is reptilians. Even the fish eat insects. So Mother Huber, the chief scientist, created these reptilian race beings to help fight in the war against the insects. And if you study birds, you will see that they lay eggs, and reptilians lay eggs. Understand the connection. Mother Huber began her project on Tiamat, where she created the first type of reptilians, who later on migrated to a planet called Meldeck, where there were two different races. The Meldekians, who were the leaders, and the Tridacidites, who are the real frogmen. In the Navy, they have what they call Navy SEALs, right? Beings who deal around with the water, and they nickname them the Frogman. And they know what the Ninja Turtles is all about, because you're talking about the Meldekians, Tridacidites, who lived on Meldeck, who had a warrior race, because the warrior race was the only race that wasn't destroyed in the crash that happened between Meldeck and Nibiru. These beings helped tremendously to control the insects. Mother Huber then saw and felt in her heart that she saved the race and pretty much slowed down and ended the war
between us and the insects. And she decided to create another race, another type of reptilian, and added poisonous venom to these beings, which is why you have snakes that are non-poisonous and reptilians that are non-poisonous, and you have a reptilian now having a venom. So when they bite, they can inject a poison into their victim. And these beings became more aggressive than the previous race. And Mother Huber saw how powerful, because she commanded these reptilians. She was their mother. She is the mother of the reptilians. She commanded this race and saw how powerful they were, and got it beside herself and thought that she could overpower anew with this race of reptilians. In efforts, she then in turn crossbred the bird beings back in with these Troglodyte or these warrior clan type reptilians, right? Called the ninjas, right? As in Ninja Turtles. And now these beings inherited wings, giving you a flying serpent, the dragons, right? Some of these beings migrated to Pluto, and some of them migrated to a planet called Titan, which was being labeled as a moon to Saturn. And this became their command base for these new type of reptilians who now had wings, which was all under the command of Mother Huber. In time, the Hindu beings migrated to Pluto and to Titan, who were humanoid looking. Some of them were deformed, having more than one arm or more than one head, right? These beings then mixed in with the Dragon types who had already been mixed, who've been drafted out of the bird, and then crossbred back with the birds to create the winged serpents. They then in turn mixed with these Hindu beings, creating a humanoid looking dragon, which give you Tanush and Hala in this particular race. Because Mother Huber's secret plan was to make these beings look similar to us so that she can use them to infiltrate us. These beings migrated to a star system called the Dragon star system, which is their main empire today. The humanoid types, because you got to keep in mind, we were peaceful people. Mother Huber's whole plan was to get them to infiltrate Riz and take over. So at one point, we created similar to what you have down here as an exchange program, where students come from China. They'll send 5 or 10 students from China to come over here and study at the college, and they'll send 10 students from over here to China to go and study at the college. So we had like an exchange program where these beings were able to come to Riz and study, and they were allowed to live on one of the continents, and they were not allowed to travel to the other 2 continents without an escort, because we knew their type. And eventually the leader named Tanush, who was under the command of Mother Huber, kicked the wall and blew a hole in our ozone layer, which led us back here to get the gold to patch the hole. So we just want to make that story clear to you so you can get an understanding, because the being Alex Collier said that nobody knew where the reptilians came from. Well, we just told you where they came from and why they were created, right? And like we say, if you study the reptilians on your planet, you get a clear idea on what's happening here, okay? So we just want to point those things out to you. We will go into the language of the birds. We just want to give you an introduction to these beings, and we will be going into the language of the birds on the next tape. We love you all, because there's no number but one. Wadu.
Hold on, y'all. I'm getting the next one.
Many times in the scriptures, when it speaks of the Creator doing a specific thing, it always, the people who just read, shows you that the angels of him is doing, the malaik of Allah Ta'ala does his work.
Right, and they were men.
And they can personify as men, certain ones, but they are angelic beings, malaik. They have the power, if Allah grants, to personify as human beings. They are what you refer to when they get into the Earth's atmosphere as extraterrestrials.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
They reside in various pockets of the universe. They come from what's called the Crystal City, which goes into a deeper thing. All right? So it is quote in the Bible when it's talking to Moses, speaking with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's through his angel, either Mikael or Jibrail. In this case, it's Jibrail. They're the most powerful angels, the highest of all of the angelic beings. For Malakut is Mikael. Because Mikael means like El, and that's from Elohim or Elohim or Allah. He's like Allah, and so.
Sorry about that, y'all. That was the wrong one.
YouTube, you in the building again. We live, we lit. With the young L. We're doing a little light work. You know, to give them time to get off of it. We speeding them. We're getting this information and we speeding it up to a certain speed so you can get it. If we really tuning it down, then we telling it in a different type of way to where, you can understand it, how deep it is. But tonight, class about to be fire. We probably I'm supposed to be doing this class for the 9 o'clock class, but man, I'm telling you, Hakeem, he been on me for like the last couple of days. I'm starting to get him back on his schedule. Like, here you come. About to get this joint cracking up in a minute, man. So it's hard to reject. Why not? Oh shit! Hold up. Hey, just a second. Your laptop like you. It's yourself. Can you tell the truth even if it goes against yourself? Right, we got 100 people in the building. Man, that's lit. That's live. Hold up. I'm almost there. All right. Hey, Rod, bye to the brother Sun Rod. I got my chat pulled up now. Man, we can get started. Because I got to be watching the chat. All right, let's go in. Because people were saying that, man, why the young elder always talking about the Anunnakis? He don't say nothing about the Egyptians. Nigga, you guys to be crazy. We already put the whole tapes out. Hey, close that door, Hakeem, right there. These boys are playing that video game in the background. Hey, close that door for me, Hakeem. You can stay in here, just close the door. Hey, down. The Stargates were built by the Anunnakis. Okay? By the Riskians. Okay, right here. The Stargate was built by the Riskians. Right, when we say Stargate, this is what I'm talking about. Now, there's different higher perspectives of this Stargate. We'll probably break some of that down too, like the black woman's womb, right? Or like your pores. 15 broke that down. Your pores, your eyes, your mouth, it's all portals. That's what a Stargate is. A Stargate is a portal, right? And we're gonna break the scientific part down too. Well, we're talking about Ra too. Let me pull up a picture of Ra, so you can get what. And then we've been breaking down the different species for you on the planet, so you can see when we start talking about certain things, you already know the people that we're talking about, right? All right, this is a picture of Ra that Baba had in the Holy Tablets. Now, notice the hair. Remember, we've been teaching you about watch the hairstyles. Notice the Willow's Peak. See what I'm talking about? You gotta look at these things. Look at this.
If you look at this dude, you go look at the movie, what's the movie called? The Stargate movie, right? The dude that's playing Tilt is really Ra. They got a dude that look just like Ra. Matter of fact, let's pull him up. Let's pull him up. The dude that played Tilt, right? He really Ra. They call them, these people Go'uls in a Stargate, right? Let me show you, man, because they put this shit right in your face. It's called hidden in plain sight. They put our knowledge in our face, and then they tell us some other shit, some Looney Tune shit. Got us believing that our shit is fake. These people is all mythological people and all this. They keep us down in imagination and information. They say come back to earth, come back down to earth. Right, they want to cap you off, which is why they give you a cap and a gown when you graduate on your knowledge. They want to cap your ass off, ball you up. You know what I'm saying? Hold up, let's pull it up. We're gonna show you the dude in the movie that's the Goa'uld that portrayed his people to go along with the SG-1 people. He looked just like Ra. Watch this. Man, this shit gonna be, this class tonight gonna be fire. Right? This the dude they had, okay? Let's get him on. All right, look at this dude right here. Now, they shaved him bald because they didn't want you to catch on. If you would have had the hairstyle, you would have really been able to time in that this dude is a 4. These are the 4 people. Right? This dude is a 4. He looked just like the dude Ra. Let's pull Ra back up. Right here. Ra. I wish I had a thing where I could put them side by side for you so you can see it. Okay, look at the features. They went and found a guy. I'm telling you how they play games, man. They went and found a guy that looks just like Ra and made him play like the servant dude. But the thing is, Ra that had several different calls. This was one of the later calls that he had once they came to Earth, right? But because he took a host, these beings took hosts. They were from the Orion star system, and they were Riskians, but they were another generation, a couple generations down after we left Riz. We left Riz and we migrated to different star systems. We migrated to Pleiadians, we migrated to the Arcturians, we migrated to Orion. Right? They tell you that for all my Bible thumpers, they talk about these scriptures in Job chapter 9, verse 9, where it says, when I'm laid out to heavens, and it goes into the different star constellations. Right? So heaven is star constellations. Matter of fact, the word for Orion, because what we're dealing with, we was talking on the last couple of tapes, and we got a little bit more of them tapes to put out on the Old Testament. The Old Testament is dealing with the ancients, the Anunnakis part. Hold on, I need some water. The Old Testament is dealing with the Anunnaki part, right? And the New Testament is dealing with the Goa'uls, the Orion group, the ancient Egyptian part, because so it's 2 different gods that's trying to put this, like I say, control you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say it to what we, So it's two different sects of God. The first types of gods were Anunnakis, and they were the ones that was going to begin in the Bible, coming down all the way into the end of the Old Testament. And then you got the New Testament that pops up, and then you got a new. So why would you need a New Testament if you got from the Old Testament? Why would you need a New Testament? Because it's a new type of gods that's coming in. My bad, it's a new type of God. So the new type of God, Neterus, or these Goa'uls, Ra, they're the new type of gods that's coming in, and that's the New Testament. Dealing with Haru, dealing with the Blessed Mother Mary. Let me pull it up.
Okay, we're dealing with the Black Madonna. But Rod took a hose from these fall people, man, and we're gonna show you the pictures of it. And we got a lot of stuff to go over in class, man. Hold on. Well, we'll come back to that. But we're gonna show you this since we got it right here. All right, so you can look at the hairstyles. All right, the people. Let me show you this on the wall. Okay, look at the hairstyles. Okay, these were fall people, right? You can clearly see the hairstyles. You can clearly see the hairstyles, man. Oh, look. Google. Hey, all right, so check out the hairstyles. Keep that in mind. All right. And I'm going to tell you.
All right, he talking about the four people. Now, since y'all can't see what he saying, because I'm just playing it, you know, the audio. The four people, picture, I'm going to tell you who I think had, his bloodline was a fall. Rick James, the hairstyle that he got. They all got the same hairstyle. Tall. That's his bloodline. But anyway, that's what it looked like. The four people, y'all can look them up. But this is one of the tribes. Hold on.
While Rod and them picked these people and started adopting them and taking them to other planets. The four people, because they was a warrior tribe. These people protected the Twa man. Here go like some statues of them. Look at the hairstyle. These people were called the Magics or the Magi's. Right? They were the original Knights of Templar. The Knights of Templar spun. This is part of the Knights of Templar. They the originals. Like before the Jedis. Like the Jedis came before these beings. Then these beings are in the same line, like the next generation of the Jedis, the space warriors. Right? And so you can look at the hairstyle, tell who these people are. Right? They are fall. Let me show you. Okay, just look at the hairstyle. These people are fall people. Look at the hairstyle, man. Okay, Rod took a host from these people. Okay, and people were saying, man, why does Sutuk got red hair? You know, this and that, right? Because it's another tribe. Because you got to look at the different species that was here. It's another tribe, the Bantu people that go back a long ways, and they do this thing with their hair where they put the red dye in it. So okay, but I just want to show you these pictures. All right, you see this dude hairstyle. So you got to look at the hairstyle on the wall. Look at these people. You say, oh well, them people, that's the four people. That's the four people, right? Now, keep in mind, it's a different species of these people. Hold up, man, what the hell is happening here? There you go. Hey, Rob, about to tell everybody that's in the building, man, the chat got took down for some reason, man, it's back up. Yeah, so the Netarus, the Netarus. That's right, son Rod, the Netarus. You can call them the Netarus. You can call them, really, I like Netarus overall, but you can translate that to the gods, you know what I'm saying, or to extraterrestrial, you know what I'm saying? You can translate that word into a lot of things depending on what your perspective is. But these beings are the real ancient Egyptians. This is my family that goes way back from my grandma's side, from the Williams.
Also, Stevie Wonder could have been a four. Who else? I have to think, but yeah, y'all can just picture that in your mind. Those are what the four people look like. And I'm pretty sure Rick James and Stevie Wonder are the Far People's
It goes way
ancestors.
back from my
I
grandma's
mean, the
side,
Far
from
People,
the
the
Williams.
ancestors.
And my mama, her name was Stephanie Williams. Let's go back to these people. My uncle looked just like these people. My family looked like these people. Like my brother looked just like him. But you see the hairstyle. So this is the hairstyle of the Afar people. Right? We've been putting this into your head for the last couple of tapes. But now you should be up to speed with what's happening. All right, with the different species. All right, so this is another. These people are mixed species. These people right here are older species. They mix, but they are older species. The Bantu people, they paint their hair red. Some Gous or Netaroos when they got here, right? Netaroos. When they got here, they started taking hosts from different people that was here. And so that's one of the hosts that they was taking from. That's why Satuk head is big. But these Afar people were the real Egyptian people. And that, like I said, that word Egyptian can be used loosely because it was different species because Egypt was like a center point for knowledge. And it was different species coming in there to be educated, to learn and be civilized. We was the civilized others because they got you thinking, man, I gotta crack this code before I go into, because people don't think what I'm talking about is crazy about Ra, right? In ancient Kemet, they got you thinking that we was some lollipop, some banana monkey eating niggas who just stumble up on how to build the pyramids. And some desert lollipop niggas, right? Nigga, nah. This shit was more advanced than what you think. Like we was on a type 2 civilization back then. Right now, you in a type 0 using fossil fuels. We was in a type 2 civilization in ancient Kemet. When ships can pull up over the pyramids and recharge. When we had electricity. Let me show you this. All right, we had electricity. We had light bulbs. It's all over the walls of ancient Kemet, man. I ain't gotta make nothing like this up. And what you thinking is what you thinking it is, ain't what you thinking it is really some kind of power. It's an ancient technology. We had ancient technology in ancient Kemet. We had ancient technology, bro. What you thinking the really is, it's a whole nother level to this shit. See? And we was already 2 steps ahead. We was already type 2 civilization in ancient Kemet. We had laser pistols back then. They ain't finna tell you what's going down. We had laser guns back then in ancient Kemet. We was already type 2 civilization. Look, we was out, the shit that you use for your power lines right now, or your underground power generators and all that, they learned how to build that from ancient Kemet. We already had power lines. I'm telling you, man. I'm showing you, like, look, hey, this is something you can find, light bulbs. We had already had ancient technology. We had shit that surpassed what you got right now. You know what I'm saying? We was type 2, and then we're gonna get down to what happened. You say, oh shit, if we was type 2 back then, what the hell happened? We're gonna get into that. All right, we're gonna get into that. It's dealing with Ra. It's dealing with the shit that was going on then. The pyramids. Look, the pyramids had limestone on them and a gold capstone, and ships can pull up to recharge, to refuel. So what they telling you, they got you under this thing where we were just in the desert, in pyramids, burying people like mummies and had a lot of gold. No, nigga, this shit was deeper than that. We was the top of the lines. We was already had ancient technology. We already had alien technology. We was already going from other planets. How you think that the ancient Egyptians were going to other planets? They had flying saucers. Let me pull that up for you. Man, don't think I'm crazy, bro. I'm just telling you what it is. We got the receipts though. And we're gonna make it, when you get through listening to what we're saying, it's gonna make a lot of sense. They already had the crafts, man. Right? Because
hold on, pausing that, but listen. A lot of the shit y'all think is modern technology. A lot of this shit is real that they allow us to see. First of all, that shit they be 50 years ahead of time by the time they bring our cell phones and shit. They already have better technology than that. So y'all iPhones and shit ain't shit. And they try to make you think everything was caveman like, and we lit the fires by rubbing two sticks and shit together. None of this shit ain't true. Y'all gotta understand, like, really, to be honest with y'all, we primitive in this time because we ain't nowhere near as advanced as our ancestors was. But I digress.
They already had the crafts, man. Right? Because Inky this time to Inky had already built a whole bunch of different types of crafts. Who told you that and left them here? So the ancient Egyptians already had yachts, and they was already selling around the world. I'm talking about before they was even starting building the pyramids. That's why they want to lie and tell you that the pyramids over here, the stepstone pyramids over here, is way younger than the pyramids over in ancient Kemet. But they don't know that the Imhotep's pyramid and most of the stepstone pyramids in America was built around the same time. Mm-hmm. They was built around the same time, man. I'm telling you, all to balance the planet off, and for certain types of things. But they were those. So the ancient Egyptians were already going around the earth. That's why they knew the earth was really round, because they had already sailed around the earth in their yachts. They'd already flew around in their helicopters, man. This goes back to like the Old Testament when I was talking about Inky pulling up in the helicopter to pick some of his people up, like in a whirlwind. They say it's a whirlwind. Yes, of course it's going to be a whirlwind when blades is spinning and it's landing in the desert and you're spinning up this sandstorm. So when you're looking at it and you see some craft and you back in 3,000, 4,000 years ago, you say, oh shit, but it had to be longer than that in the Old Testament, right? You back in the Old Testament and you a primitive type thinking dude, and you see some helicopter which we just not getting in like the early 1900s. And you see this helicopter land, and you say, "Oh, he got picked up in some craft by God, because only God can fly something like that. If we still riding horse and carriage."
That's true, because they didn't know what to call it then. So, what they may have been calling God was just to their knowledge. You get what I'm saying? It's just like a bug may think you or God, you know, just like in a bug's mindset. So y'all got to keep that shit in mind too.
You know what I'm saying? This is the type of shit that's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Real talk though, bro. But let me get my phone back loaded up. Okay, so the Egyptians were already going, the ancient Egyptians or the Netarus, we was already going to other planets, which explains the pyramid on Mars. Remember, they said it was a pyramid on, man, let me get that. Let me pull it up, bro, so niggas won't think I'm crazy, man. We was already had these types of crafts where we could go out of space, go to the moon. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was a pyramid on the dark side of the moon, because the Egyptians probably built that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Hold up, let's get that. Pyramid. I already told you about the face on Mars, right? That goes back to when the Anunnakis was doing the Atomum project. We already broke that down on like the Inky and Enlil tape. Pyramid on Mars. All right. So, the pyramid on Mars. So that explains the pyramid on Mars. We just got it pulled up right here. Right? They already took pictures of several pyramids on Mars. And it might be in the layout, and one of the layouts is the same layout once they dug some of it up. Once the layout, it's the same as in ancient Kemet, doing in a detailed plateau. Like they facing Orion. these particular pyramids. So that tells you, and it ain't far-fetched, that the ancient Egyptians were already ahead of the game. We had toilets. Let me show you some toilet. We invented the toilet. At first, they were shitting in pots. We invented the toilet. Let's go to that. You can look some of this stuff up on your own about the pyramids on Mars. Go look that up. But this is the power. Go ahead. Let me go back. Okay. We still talking about the Ra and Stargate tape. But we're gonna get into that. I just want to break this down to get you on a level of technology that we was at.
I'm gonna be back because ain't nobody up in here, so I can pause this.
Some regular,
Should I take my medicine? I'm waiting on my baby to come home.
This really a power station.
You watching this, baby? I love
power line.
you. But anyway, so family, I'll be
and they
back.
might not have it up north in the major